Alright, so we are on our way to Old Dominion Freight Lines. Sorry. We're in the new improved F350 pickup. Has lots of power. I just invested. It was more of an investment. A ton of dough into the truck. I needed basically either a new motor or some motor work done. So I just decided, you know what? Let's make this thing really rip. Anyway, so you see the cloud of black smoke. You can't see it now, it's too late, but anyway, we'll get to it. So we're receiving a shipment of this product called Dexter Dry. You guys should check them out. They just started an Instagram page, and what Dexter Dry is a it's a waterproof gasket spline that goes in between the deck boards to create a waterproof space. And I had ordered enough to get this job we're on done. And you want Starbucks? And so I don't even know if I can get in there with this truck anyways. So it was supposed to be here yesterday morning, and apparently it was in Billings, Montana, and something about the weather. I have you?
It's not a good place to be.
No. This stuff came from the East Coast, New Jersey, and it made it to Billings, Montana, and I don't know what happened. It got stuck or whatever, and so it shut us down for basically 2 days now, waiting for this product to show up. So what I did was I called Dexter Dry, called me and said, "Hey, Dr. Dex, how you doing?" I'm like, "Well, I'd be better if I had your product." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And I told the story, and they're like, "Well, that sucks." I'm like, "Yeah, it does." And so anyway, so I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go onto Instagram and I'm gonna blame Old Dominion for this. And it's costing me thousands of dollars to shut down operations to wait for this delivery. Which they don't, you know, it is what it is. They don't really care about me or my problems. So anyway, so I go on Instagram and I put up a post and I said, well, we're as far as we can get today. Thanks to Old Dominion Freight Lines for, you know, botching our shipment and blah, blah, blah. And I wasn't mean. I was just like, hey, man, this sucks. So somebody from Old Dominion reached out to me, which I was really surprised, Old Dominion, and got back to me and said, okay, what's your pro number? What's your tracking number? I'm like, I don't know. I'll find out today. So I found out the pro number, sent it back to Old Dominion. In the meanwhile, the local hub in Seattle is calling me and said, yeah, we have your shipment. It's on our truck. You know, if you're lucky, you know, call us around noon and we might be able to help you. I'm just like, man, I want to kill somebody, you know? And I said, do you understand this is time sensitive, that I'm losing money because of you guys and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, we understand, sir. Sorry about that. And I'm like, wow. So I went back to Old Dominion on Instagram and said, hey, here's my tracking number. This is what they just told me, and I'm not happy. And so they said, well, I'm going to let the vice president of operations know your experience, and I'm going to call and talk to the president of the Seattle location. I'm like, yeah, go for it. I got another phone call before I sent that message from Old Dominion Seattle saying, well, you better call us before you come. It might be past noon. And then I kind of started losing my patience. And then I was like, hung up the phone, and now I'm like, hey guys, I don't know, we might be leaving early again today because of these guys, these jokers, you know. And then I sent that message on Instagram, and then 10 minutes later I got a phone call from Old Dominion Seattle that said, Mr. Russell, we found your shipment. It's at the dock. It's ready to be picked up. Thank you very much. And I was just like, huh. It's kind of amazing how this little thing on social media works, you know? And I kind of credit Instagram for helping me get what I need, because I think we would have been out a half a day today at least, or maybe more, of work because of the way this local part of this company was treating me. And it's amazing that you can go up the chain and get a response like that. So I got to really give credit to Old Dominion for making good on a negative situation. So I really appreciate that. All right, so we're driving a 2001 F350 7.3 Power Stroke diesel, and I bought this truck in 2002 with 25,000 miles on it. It's got 123,000 miles on it now, and it's been, you know, I use it for work, not as much as my flatbed, but it's a great commuter. It's comfortable, runs really well, and but it's lately been having some issues. So I had some of the fuel injectors replaced, which got really expensive from Ford, and it just kept having issues. So I decided to have a little bit more than the average work done to it. I found these guys out of Renton called the Diesel Dudes, and they specialize in high performance diesel motors. I have a friend that owns Speed Factory Racing, and I went to him. He does world record Honda, quarter-mile Honda cars. And I said, who would you recommend that does diesel work the way you guys do Hondas? He gave me these guys' number. So they had my truck for 9 months, which was a little too long in my opinion. But they completely redid the motor. New turbo. There's so much to list. I can't even explain to you everything they did. I had to end up putting a new sled pulling transmission in the truck as well, because they blew up the standard transmission, which I just had rebuilt, and then the transmission place rebuilt it because it blew that up like 10 minutes after they got the motor done. So that took a month and a half more to get that done. And it's got about 650 horsepower now, which a lot of guys on social media are like, you're full of it, we don't believe you. But if you saw the receipts of what I put into this truck, I could have bought another truck. But I like this truck, and there's nothing wrong with it. So I just wanted to be able to stomp on the fuel, and I wanted this thing to get up and go, and that's exactly what it does now. So I'm really happy about that. Still having a few issues. It doesn't like to start in the cold mornings, so they're going to come back next week and take a look at it and figure out why that's not working. And we're still kind of testing it, just learning the truck again, and trying to figure out everything about it. It's got a programmer with 7 different tunes. I can do hyper mode, which is what I'm in most of the time. If I need to tow, I can dial it up into towing mode so I don't burn up the motor, too hot on the exhaust gas temperatures or anything like that. And then I have a digital gauge that shows everything that I need to know about RPMs, how fast we're going, your transmission temperature, your exhaust gas temperature. A couple I don't even know what they are yet because I haven't studied the manual for that yet. But the important ones that I've recorded in the past or made note of, I can still definitely see. So, hold on, I gotta take this exit up here. Anyway, it's been a good rig for me. Probably shouldn't have invested so heavily into this truck, but as long as it will run the way I need it to, and I can have a little bit of fun in it, which I have been, then I'm good with it. So probably could use some paint and a little bit of body work, but I'll get to that later. I need to take care of my wife's car first before I start doing that. we finally got our shipment. Only took them about a half an hour to bring it out to the truck, but we've got it in our possession now, and now we can get back to work. So that makes me happy.
Forward to the next speaker. Thanks.
Okay, so back when I bought the truck, we used to own a car audio store, and we needed to do a demo vehicle. So we chose this truck to make our demo vehicle. So it's got a completely monster stereo system in it. It has a touchscreen GPS. Some of the components are old, but it still hammers pretty good. We have 4 10-inch Rockford Fosgate subwoofers in the back, a Class D Rockford sub for the subs, a Class D Rockford Fosgate amp for the subs. We have a couple Audiobahn amps that run 6 Diamond Audio component speakers, 2 in the front, 2 in the doors, and then 2 in the back for rear fill. We have 3 television screens. I don't use them very much anymore. I think one of them's non-operational at the minute. That's how old my system is. I haven't upgraded to the PS4 or anything like that, and I probably won't. When I built this truck, my son was 12, and he used to play video games in it all the time, and now he's 24 and he still plays video games, but he doesn't play them as much.
Not true.
In my truck as he used to. We also used to have headphones that would dial in whatever function the player or rider wanted. Some people could watch a DVD off the front deck, and I could show it in the back so they could watch a movie. Somebody else could be playing video games. It was kind of a nice setup at the time. And as the truck's got older, I've done a couple audio upgrades here and there, but it's pretty much the same truck. I like the way it sounds. It's got a great sound to it. You really can't show audio through video, but it hammers pretty good. Besides that, we just put a new McMahon alternator on the truck as well, which is kind of cool. It's putting out a lot more volts now, which is what the motor needed. The electronics needed for we were having problems with the transmission. It wasn't getting the proper voltage, so now we have a McMahon that's putting out like 340 volts on the alternator. So there's plenty for everything we have. Really happy about that. That was the second upgrade we did in the truck. The first set was mostly motor and transmission, and then I sent it back and had a bunch of electronics done. We were having some voltage issues with the rig, so we got that all handled. They had to do some rewiring, because as people have gone in my truck and done their thing and wired this and wired that, there's miles and miles of extra wiring in this vehicle that you don't usually have to deal with. So these guys were kind of shocked at how much crap was in the truck, how many miles of wire besides what was factory. So now it seems to be running a lot better. We're just having a glow plug issue when it's cold in the morning. So they're going to come up on Wednesday and take a look at that. We'll hopefully get that fixed. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video or some of the other videos that we put out, please click the subscribe button. And while you're at it, if you want to be notified of new content that we bring out, also toggle the bell icon on the screen. Thank you very much and have a great day.